Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, I am very honored on behalf of the Pistrucci family to be invited to attend such a memorable and prestigious event as the Waterloo 200. I am the third great niece of Benedetto Pistrucci. I'm a fine artist and also a sculptor, currently residing in Victoria, BC, Canada. I feel privileged and blessed to be part of the rich heritage and legacy created by my ancestors. In my speech, I will be briefly addressing the emotional and technical aspects of the artistic process intricately woven together to create a masterwork. I was asked if I knew the reason it took Benedetto 30 years to complete the Waterloo medal. My first thought, the London Mint was very patient. I can only theorize based on known family traits and characteristics, artistic abilities, and the few memoirs my grandfather shared. Benedetto's artwork had meaning, passion, emotion. In essence, he lived the Napoleon Wars. Benedetto was born in 1783, just prior to the beginning of the Revolution, to a High Court Justice, Federico Pistrucci, and his mother, Antonio Greco. His father, due to his office, was commanded to prosecute Bolognese that had conspired a revolt against the sovereign to facilitate the entrance of Bonaparte and his army into Bologna, Italy. Once Bologna had been secured by Napoleon, he sought after Federico Pistrucci to make an example of him in order to intimidate anyone who would not pledge allegiance to his command. And I quote from Science of Gems, Jewel Coins, Medals by Archibald Building. When arrived there, we listened with great anxiety to every report and were upon our guard with everyone, as it was rumored that Napoleon had offered 1,000 louis to whomever could bring the head of my father, Pistrucci. I suppose this haunted Benedetto for most of his life and quite possibly had an instrumental impact on all of his relationships. Due to his father's profession, the family suffered great anxiety and Napoleon's regime was experienced on a very personal level. I believe the design of the Waterloo Medal was a direct result of battles lost and won, his father's dinner table discussions held in his early years, and from his own memoirs. Benedetto knew the war and felt its depth in every aspect of his life. The Waterloo Medal is the truth of the battle's triumphant victory, despair, and loss as only one can render when intimately involved. This passionate expression was to take 30 years. Historically, the medal came from a place of grief and strife, much like Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, Leonardo da Vinci's inventive genius far before its time, and the drama that plagued Vincent van Gogh throughout much of his life. The artistic process is a personal journey, expressive, entrenched within the artist's heart and soul. Art becomes the master, and the master becomes the art. Sculpting relief is a combination of complete mastery in drawing, three-dimensional sculpture, design, and composition. Essentially, you must remove an axis, giving the illusion of depth and dimension. Through every artist process, there's an inherent struggle between technical mastery and artistic genius. Benedetto's Waterloo was his possession, his love, his hate, one that he most likely had a very difficult time letting go. Often a hidden intimate relationship exists, seen only between the artist and the art. Yet still the artist yearns for the opportunity to direct his greatest passions to create his masterpiece. Working tireless for years in preparation, achieving a level of skill far beyond the ordinary, Benedetto achieved this in his execution of the Waterloo Medal, successfully combining all of his life's achievements and experiences to give the world his finest and best work. Benedetto came to England for refuge and found a place that accepted him, celebrated his talents, and patiently allowed him to create a masterpiece. In the end, the sculptor gifted his masterwork to England, and England, Samuel Husett, and the London Mint Office have given him a place to hold in their history forever. Thank you.